Okay, after closing of the account, all the account including income, expenses, asset, liabilities and capital, and then the balancing figure we can transfer it to financial statements. So after completing this chapter, you should be able to prepare the statement of profit or loss and also statement of financial position. In accounting, for any transaction incurred, you should record a journal entries, and then from the journal entries, each of the entries should be transferred to ledgers. You should open all the account of the items incurred in the transaction, and then at the end of the month, all of the T account should be balanced. Should be balanced off, should be closed off, and then the balancing figure should be transferred to the trial balance. Okay, you do it monthly until the end of the 12 months. At the end of the 12th month, or also known as at the end of the year, all the trial balance figure, we should transfer it to prepare statement of profit or loss and also statement of financial position. Okay, in the statement of profit or loss, all income and expenses pertaining to the purchase related to the purchase and sales of goods are recorded in the statement of profit or loss for the purpose of calculating the gross profit or gross loss. Meaning, from the sales, we should minus the cost of goods sold. Okay, and then to come up with the figure of gross profit or gross loss. And then other than purchase and sales amount, we should also record other income and other operating expenses in the statement of profit or loss in order to determine the net profit or net loss. So from the gross profit, we should plus other income and then minus other expenses or minus operating expenses, and then we can get the figure of either net profit or net loss. Okay, if the sales amount is larger than the cost of sale, we can get gross profit. But if the sales amount is less than our cost of sale, we could get gross loss for the year. And then if the total income is larger than total expenses, we can get net profit. But if the income is below expenses, okay, and the business will get the amount of net loss. So in a statement of profit or loss, it should start with sales amount and then minus by cost of sale, or also known as cost of goods sold, and then we will come up with our gross profit. We plus other income and minus other expenses, and then we will get the net profit or net loss as mentioned before. And then this figure, net profit figure or net loss figure, will be transferred to statement of financial position, the second financial statement, and this figure should be added to the owner equity or capital of the business. Same goes to the net loss. It will be deducted from the owner equity or the capital of the businesses in statement of financial position. So in this slide, I'll show you the example of the format of statement of profit or loss. We should start with the business name, the company name. For example, here ABC Trading, and then it should be the title should be Statement of Profit or Loss for the year ended blah blah blah. Okay, depending on the year end of the business lah. If it can any business, okay, the accounting period for the business can end it on 31st December, maybe on the 30th June or July. Okay, it depends on the business. So you should know the year ended. Usually is always mentioned in the question. Okay, we should start with the sale amount minus any sales return or discount allowed related to the sale, and then we will get net sales, and then we should minus cost of sale or cost of goods sold. Okay, we start with opening inventory or balance BD for the inventory plus purchase, and then minus purchase return and minus discount received. Okay, discount received from the supplier. And then this amount we should add with carriage inward, duty on purchase ataupun any payment duty lah, and then insurance on purchase or cost of goods. We will get cost of goods available for sale, and then minus closing inventory or balance CD for the inventory to get the total of cost of sale or cost of goods sold here. And then net sale minus cost of sales, we will get gross profit or gross loss. This is the first section of your statement of profit or loss. After calculating your gross profit, you should add your gross profit or gross loss to the other income received. For example, here is rental income, commission income, and interest income. Okay, and then minus other operating expenses such as salaries, insurance, printing, rental, interest, repairs, and carriage outwards. Noted that carriage outwards is considered as part of expenses, while carriage inwards is considered as part of the purchase cost in calculation of the gross profit or cost of goods goods sold. Okay, for carriage outwards, meaning the transportation cost for the customer should be treated under operating expenses. And then gross profit before plus other income minus operating expenses, you should get your net profit or net loss figure. Noted that this figure should be then transferred to the next statement, statement of financial position. After preparation of statement of profit or loss, and then the second statement that you should do is statement of financial position, and the purpose is to show the financial position of a business in terms of its asset, liability, and capital at a certain date, usually at the end of the year lah. There are three components of statement of financial position. Okay, the first one is asset, and then liabilities and capital. Asset is the assets of the business that can be categorized as non-current asset or current asset. Okay, non-current asset, for example, the properties, car, okay, computer equipment. Okay, the one that cannot be converted to cash within a year. But for current asset is, for example, cash, bank, account receivable, okay, that can be simply liquidated or converted to cash within a year. Okay, the example of liabilities can be categorized into non-current liabilities and also current liabilities. The same goes to the asset. Non-current liabilities are the long-term liabilities. Okay, the example, long-term loans. Okay, and then the other loans that is long term lah, more than a year. Okay, for current liability, it is for example account payable, bank overdraft. Okay, can be considered as current liability or short term loans. Okay, and then the third category is capital. Owner's equity consists of capital at the beginning of the period plus capital contributed during the accounting period plus the net profit obtained for the period. Okay, or minus the net loss lah in contradict. And then any drawing made by the owner should be deducted from the amount of the capital at the end of the period. This is the example for statement of financial position. So we have the non-current asset. Okay, for example, land, building, features and fittings, office equipment, machinery, and motor vehicles should be recorded at cost minus accumulated depreciation, which you will learn in later chapter, and then you will get the carrying amount, and then record the current asset, the closing inventory part, and then account receivable minus any allowance for doubtful debts, which we'll also learn in the latter chapter, and then plus cash, bank, and cash in hand, any prepaid expense or accrued income. Okay, these two you will learn in next week. Okay. After calculating your asset, current asset plus non-current asset, okay, we will add the owner's equity, the balance, beginning balance of the capital, plus any net profit or minus loss, and then minus any drawings made by the owner, and then you will get the capital balance at the end, and then plus any non-current liabilities and also current liabilities such as loan, bank overdraft, account payable, accrued expenses, and income received in advance. Okay, you will learn these two in next week. This is the example of the question that you can get for this chapter. You will be given trial balance for a business. For example, in this illustration, ABC Trading, the trial balance is at 31st December, and you should prepare statement of financial position and also statement of profit or loss for ABC Trading. So if you are given this question, first you have to differentiate which account goes to profit or loss, and then which account goes to financial position. For example, sales, purchase written inwards should be going to statement of profit or loss, and then written outwards to carriage outwards, opening inventory, electricity, telephone and water, it can be the expenses, and then discount allowed, discount received, and salaries, repair of motor vehicle, printing and stationery. Okay, all okay, and up to printing and stationery, this account should go to statement of profit or loss. Okay, and then the figure for account receivable, account payable, long-term loan, bank, cash, motor vehicle furniture, capitals, and drawing should go to statement of financial position. Okay. When you get this kind of question, you have to prepare your statement of profit or loss first, and then you start with with the business name, and then the title, statement of profit or loss for the year ended, uh, according to the question given, and then you have to start with sales minus sales return and discount allowed. Okay, any amount that lessen your amount of sales. Okay, and then you can come up with net sales, and then minus cost of goods sold. You start with the opening inventory plus any purchase and minus any purchase return and discount received. Okay, you will get the figure. Cost of goods available for sale minus any closing inventory, and then you will get cost of sale. Okay, from net sales minus cost of sale, you will get gross profit. Okay, and then you add the other income, if any. If none, then you can less the operating expense, such as electricity, telephone, and water, as in this question, salary expense, printing and stationery, repairs expense, and carriage outwards. Okay, and then you will get this net profit to be transferred in the statement of financial position. Okay, in statement of financial position, you can start with the non-current asset, the cost minus any accumulated depreciation if it's being given in the question. If none, you can write 0. Okay, and then plus the current asset, you will get the balancing figure, and then owner's equity, start with the capital given at the net profit that we calculated in the statement of profit or loss earlier, and then minus the drawing, if any, and then you will get the total of owner equity, and then non-current liability and current liability. Owner's equity plus non-current liability and current liability. Okay, the figure of this should equals to the figure of non-current asset plus current asset. So that's all about these two statements, statement of profit or loss and then statement of financial position. So you should remember which and which. Okay, which one is income, expenses, asset, liabilities, and capital, so that you can know when to post the account, whether to post it in profit or loss or whether to post it in financial position. Okay, the second thing is you have to remember the formula or the format of these two statements. Okay, so that you can prepare and arrange the account well in preparing these two statements. Okay, so you can refer to the tutorial question given, okay, so that you can attempt to prepare these two statements. Thank you.